How do you think it went?
I don't know. I feel like I lost a match. That's it. Just feel like I lost a football match or something.
When we came in, you were sitting over there in the corner, kind of off by yourself with your family. Walk us through the last half hour since the fight has ended.
I've been watching highlights trying to figure out what's what. I think I smoked him in the early rounds. I was pretty handily whooping him in the early rounds, and then he changed his style. He put his hands up and came down low, put his forehead on the chest, and started getting to work. And I wasn't prepared for it. I didn't anticipate that. You know what I mean? I had him like that the whole camp, or even like that at distance. But he completely changed his style and he came forward, so it threw me off. And he was composing there. I wasted my shots on the gloves. It was just a composure issue. I don't feel from a skill level. I felt all right in there. I felt like it was very close. I get that wobbly stage. I check me fights when it gets into the deep waters. There's a time in it, or in that middle stage or something, where I get that wobbly stage from fatigue. But I wasn't hurt. I wasn't wobbled once. It was just I was fatigued. Let me get to the corner. Let me go down on a knee or something. But boxing's a little bit different, so I don't know. But I give him a hats off. Fair play to him. He's a composed man. You can give him nothing but respect. He took the shots early, and he took shots early. I cracked him with the left hand, and I saw him in a bit of panic, but he stayed very, very calm. That's just his years of experience. And then I started to weigh shots, and he started to pick shots. And then I started to try to come in as he came in, and I stayed a little bit close. I would have liked him to just let it go, let it keep going. Because and even in training when I was preparing from the 5 rounds to the 12 rounds, I had those 8, 9, 10, in the 8, 9 and 10 where I dipped. But then I came back in the 11th and the 12th. What can you do? Okay, fair play to him. It's a good knock. I'll be back. Whatever. I was like, if they let it go after I got your back, because that's another thing. When he threw the right hand and put the frame on the neck, I peeled the frame and got to the back. But then when I got there, I'm at the exerting energy to get to your back, and I have your back. But then the referee is like, restart, and I'm like, bollocks. I'm at the using valuable energy there. And then he just stayed on me, kept his hands up, kept walking down, fought a different style of fight. Fair play to him. That's what experience will get you. It will get you composure, and it get you able to adjust, and that's what he done. Fair play to him. Good knock. Had a bit of fun. Whatever. I feel if I got more time or another go, I'd get him. I'm telling you now. I didn't feel skill. I don't think there was skill there. I just think there was composure and experience there that beat me. And it was only in the later rounds. Again, 12 rounds is not... It's an adjustment to go 12 rounds. You know what I mean? To change it from 5 to 12. 5 rounds to 12 rounds is a loss, so whatever. And
you knew you were giving him that advantage. You knew you were going up against a guy who was more experienced in the professional realm.
I felt confident. That's what I'm saying. And he absorbed the shots early, and you can give him nothing but credit for that. He has a good chin. Even when he dipped low and I created angles, I was cracking him around this area here. But he wasn't fazed by them. He was taking them and he was staying right there. I tell you what, when he was hurt, he hit it well. And I hit him to the body, and he tried to claim it was a low blow. It wasn't a low blow, it was a body shot. But he's just an experienced in that ring, and fair play to him. It was enjoyable. I enjoyed every second of it. I love a good fight.
It seems like you enjoyed yourself immensely. When you look back on this fight, do you think that you'll feel it all shortchanged because of the way it ended, or because you gave away experience? Do you think?
Yeah, a little bit. I would have. I think I just deserved to see let me into the corner, and then he could decide. I didn't go down, and there was one shot where I slapped the head back, and then the last shots were grazing. Now they hit me, but they were grazing. They weren't like clean shots. The head didn't snap back. They were like as I was turning. Let me try and get to the bell, and then if you're not happy at the bell, then you can maybe pull me. Do you know what I mean? But give me that. It's fatigue. It's not. I don't know what it is. It's like a mental thing or something. It happened in the Diaz 2 fight as well. I had a little stage in the 3rd round, end of the 2nd and end of the 3rd. But then look what happened in the 4th and then the 5th. I came back. I overcome it. So I would have liked him to get to that corner, but what can you do?
You always say in the UFC is that when the fight comes, they don't have a face anymore. They just become a blank canvas. Did that happen with Floyd, or was that still Floyd out there?
I wasn't. Who won the early rounds? I wasn't fazed at all. I thought I was actually a bit surprised how easy it was in the early rounds. I was like, and that kind of threw me, because I was like, I'm picking him off here, and he can't even come close to me. I had my hands behind my back, and all at one stage I'm like, this is easy. But then I start getting a little bit over eager. And instead of throwing 2s and 3s, I was throwing 6s, and 1 would hit and then 6 would glance, and I'd blow energy on those other 5. Do you know what I mean? Good experience builder. Had a bit of crack. I love a good knock. Fair play to him.
You seem like a man who wants to box again.
I'll do it again, no problem. I don't know what's next. I have titles to defend as well. I deserve to see the scorecards there. I think it was very close. 5 to 4, and then he was winning the 10th. I think 4 rounds, and then he had 5, and he was winning the 10th, and it stopped early enough. Like, time to look, even the referee, when he came into the bleeding dressing room, I can wrestle in clinches all day, or wrestle and grapple all day, and I was like, mate, what are you even mentioning that for? Like, it's like, and he was when he was giving the instructions, he was looking right at me. I want a clean, clear fight. And I was almost, before we started the fight, I was almost going to say, mate, he's in the fight as well. Because he was hitting me when we were tied up as well. But I thought the ref did a great job from letting the fight play out. I just think the stoppage was a little early. Let me go out with my shield. Let me go down. You know what I mean? There was, a minute left, 50 seconds left. Look very, very closely before you stop a fight of that magnitude. Not rattled once, so what can you do? In a way, I'm happy for him. 50 you know what I mean? We rolled in and took the belt and took the money belt and all the things called. What way would that have been? So, what can you do? Fair play to him. I'll take my hat off to him every day. He was composed. I don't think he was as single shots. Good straight right hands to the body. But I had him early rounds, I thought, and then whatever. It's his composure that won him that fight, and his experience. So hats off to him.
Is this the most you've enjoyed yourself in your fighting career?
Man, I enjoy fighting, period. All fights. I love fighting. I don't think, have you interviewed me after a fight? I love a good knock. That was a good knock with a good, solid competitor. That's it. I was like, fair play to you, kept composure. I thought I had you in the early rounds, but you kept smart, you kept composed, and you took me out towards the end. Fair play to you. But when I took you back in that force exchange, it would have been over there and then. That's the truth. Like, he was throwing his right hand, he threw his right hand, and then he'd leave his frame here. And when his frame was on me, I'd peel and get to the back. And then I'm like, I get to his back, and I'm at his back. And I'm at that using energy to get to his back. And then I'm like, the referee's like, stop. Restarts. I'm like, in my head, I'm thinking, bollocks. I'm at the using energy there to get towards his back. And now the referee is just resetting us. Now, I'm saying that the ref let some of them go because he was kind of turning and dipping his head. And I was getting to the back cleanly. I thought I'd done better than all those other boxers that fought him anyway.
Last question. Tell us what your life looks like over the next 7 days.
Same as it did before. Good life. I'll get in and figure out why there's a dip. Why there's a dip all the time? There's a dip somewhere. If you can get me to a dip, even in the DS fighting, there's a moment where I dip. And if you can come through the onslaught, I'll have a little dip. But I can also come through it. It's like hell. You have to come through hell. Then I get a little dip. But then I'm back, you have to come through hell again. Even in the spars, even in the Paulie spar and all the other spars. It was like a 8, 9 and 10 were the rounds where I was like, I'm almost looking at my head, saying like, I've got so many more rounds left. And then I almost take these rounds off and just get a little wobbly and just kind of flop around on them. But then I get through it. Like when I see round 11 or round, you know what I mean? When I see round 11 and round 12, that's when I drop Paulie in 11 and almost had him out in 12. And then with all the other spars, I come back. That's why I'm a bit upset, because I thought if they'd have got me into the corner, I'd have recovered and I'd have came out again. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So, what can you do?
I feel like you won the respect of the boxing world.
I don't know. Couldn't tell you. They were very disrespectful, very disregard of the skills, but man, I thought I had him handy in the early rounds. I thought the first 4 rounds was pretty handy. Or maybe, certainly the first 3, and then maybe round 7 or 8, I think I won. But he just, what's that? He came in like that. Tell me you've never seen him like that. He fought different because he knew he couldn't fight me the way he normally fights me. He had to change his style. So I made him fight. He usually doesn't fight, so I made him come and fight. But look, nothing but respect to him. He came and he fought, and you've got to give respect to that. But I don't feel like I lost a fight. I feel like I lost a match. Do you know what I mean? Give me a kick in the mouth or something. Do you know what I mean? Put me out. Put me down. Not a little... I'm fatigued and I'm tired, and then the ref steps in. Yeah. It felt like a bleeding amateur. You know what I mean? That's like something they do in the amateurs. If that was MMA, the ref wants to see a nose hanging off your face before he's even thinking of doing something like that. He's doing it a little bit early, we thought, but whatever.
Thank you. Congrats.
Yeah, thanks so much.